April, 1945. The Third Reich is collapsing under the weight of its own madness. Berlin burns beneath a rain of Soviet shells. Hitler, raving from his bunker, commands armies that no longer exist. Across the land, the dream of empire lies in ashes, and yet, deep in the forests south of the city, one final army still fights to survive. Encircled by the advancing Red Army, the German Ninth Army, nearly 200,000 soldiers, civilians, and children, find themselves trapped in what will be called the Halbe Pocket. Outnumbered, outgunned, and starving, they face a grim choice: stand and die, or fight through hell itself to reach the West. Under General Theodor Busse, the Ninth Army is a broken force, fragments of divisions, old men, and young boys from the Hitler Youth. Food is gone, ammunition almost spent. Yet in the heart of the forest, beneath the sound of artillery, a decision is made: they will attempt a breakout toward the Americans on the Elbe River. April 24, 1945, under cover of darkness, they move. Soldiers whisper orders, civilians cling to their families, and wagons creak through the mud. Ahead lies fire and death, but behind them waits annihilation. Every step westward is a prayer for mercy. At dawn, the forest erupts. Soviet rockets scream across the sky, tearing into the packed German columns. The woods turn into a storm of fire and steel. Soldiers and civilians fall together, the cries of children drowned by the roar of artillery. The breakout becomes a nightmare. The fighting is savage. Tanks duel at point-blank range, rifles crack in the dark, and men fight hand-to-hand in the choking smoke. They no longer fight for Hitler, nor for a flag, but for breath, for one more heartbeat, for the chance to live. For the civilians trapped among the soldiers, there is no mercy. Villages burn to ash, wagons shatter under gunfire, and refugees fall beside soldiers. In Halbe, death makes no distinction between uniform and innocence. As days bleed together, hope fades. The Ninth Army pushes forward through the Soviet rings of steel. Busse urges his men on, knowing hesitation means death. They charge through minefields and flame, every heartbeat paid for in blood. The forest becomes a graveyard. And then, against all odds, fragments of the Ninth Army break through. Starved, bloodied, and ghost-like, they crawl through fire toward the Elbe. There, under the pale light of dawn, they meet the Americans, not as conquerors, but as survivors. Of the 200,000 who entered Halbe, barely 25,000 reached safety. The rest lie beneath the soil, soldiers, mothers, and children alike. The Halbe Pocket became a tomb, a warning of what happens when madness consumes nations. Those who lived carried the memory of fire and steel for the rest of their days. Their fight was not for victory, but for survival.